What is a paper flip? I get this question all the time. Paper, flip, flip, paper. No, I'm gonna tell you the truth of what a real paper flip in real estate is. Let's go. Okay, what is a paper flip? I know so many people have asked this or wondered this or heard this term. Obviously you did since you are on this video. And the crazy thing about it is I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is and what it is not. There is so much misinformation out there. Number two, I'm gonna give you the steps to do it so that you can make thousands. And then number three, I'm gonna give you the secret to getting a check in weeks, not months, with a paper flip. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so real estate flipping. You've heard of that. I know you guys have seen HGTV and you've seen them fix and flip a property and then sell it and make lots of money. But a paper flip is nothing like anything you have seen on TV. A paper flip is really just when you get a contract and then you flip that contract to another investor. We call it a paper flip because you never actually did anything. You really just got a contract and then flipped that paper. So let me kind of go in what that means because it's a term that's called wholesaling. Wholesaling real estate is an awesome and amazing concept in real estate, and it's one of the things that I use to quit my job. I literally started marketing to people with property problems, you know, people that were in foreclosure, bankruptcy, divorce, relocation, whatever the situation may be. I would market to those people. I would get the contract, again, get them to sign a contract with me as the buyer. I would put my name or the company's name and or assigns, okay? This is super important. You put your name or your company's name and then the words and or assigns, and that would give me the right to assign that contract, that paper, to someone else where they could take over and then they could buy the property that I told the seller that I was gonna buy. Now I know this sounds a little bit crazy to people, but again, this is totally legal and ethical if you do it the right way. So let's talk about that part. As I've said, you're going to be marketing to people with property problems. So you're going to be saying, hey, are you behind on your payments? Or hey, did you get a house that you don't want? Or hey, do you have a house that's falling apart? That's the easy part. But you want to make sure that you are ethically doing this. So you want to make sure that you're really a business and that you really have the legal rights to do this. And the simple fact of the matter is you want to set yourself up as a business and then you've legitimized what it is that you're doing. Additionally, in your marketing, you want to make sure that you let the person, the seller who's in this just stressful situation, this motivated seller, you want to let them know that you are not representing them, okay? I'm going to give you a tip that I'm telling you so many people have messed this up, and all you have to do is say these things and you will be doing it the right way. Make sure that you let the seller know that you are a company, this is what you do, you help people market their properties, you have a group of investors that you work with. There's language that we use, but here's the language that we do not use. We do not let them think that we are a real estate agent. We do not tell them that we are a real estate agent. We do not tell them that we're a real estate broker. We do not tell them that we are a realtor. You really want to make sure you stay away from all of those things because you need to be licensed to be a real estate agent or a realtor or a broker. And so if you are approaching people and you're saying, I'm going to help you market your property, I'm going to get you cash offers, I'm making you a cash offer, whatever it is that you're saying, make sure you use only that language and you never go into the side where you start pretending to be a licensed real estate agent. That'll get you messed up. So let's get to the fun part. I know you're thinking, okay, well, why would they sign a contract with me? Why? And then, you know, I'm going to put and or signs and then flip the contract to somebody else. Why would a seller, you know, do this? I'm going to tell you why. You're going to explain to the seller how it is that you help them and how they are going to save so much money by going with you instead of calling a real estate agent. One of the things that real estate agents do is they charge what? A commission, right? What else do? They have to pay not only their commission, they usually charge the seller the other person's commission. So in many cases, when someone goes to sell their property with a real estate agent, they have to pay for both real estate agents. Well, luckily, You are not a real estate agent. Here's the caveat. Hopefully you don't actually have your real estate license, but then if you do, you'd have to tell the truth and tell them that you do have it. But in most cases, we don't have our real estate license and we are not representing them as a real estate agent and we are not charging commission. So these are all great benefits for the seller, and these are all awesome reasons why they will sign a contract with you instead of calling a real estate agent. You just explain to them, hey, I'm gonna market your property. I have a group of investors, they're cash buyers, we're gonna close in a week. You know, you tell them you're saving real estate agent commissions. They're not gonna have to pay all of those things. They don't have to get the property repaired. They don't have to do all of these different things that they'd have to do with a real estate agent. The list goes on and on. There's so many benefits of working with a real estate investor instead of calling a real estate agent. And this is why and how you do paper flips, because they're looking to just get rid of the property. And if you can quickly just explain to the seller all of these awesome benefits, then guess what? You can make money. Once you've explained how you're helping them, they'll go ahead, they'll sign the contract. The next thing you do is you market those properties to real estate investors. You just say, hey, I got, whatever the property is. You don't say, hey, I have this contract. You basically tell them about the property and how much money they can make on the property or where the property is and all the benefits. Real estate investors are always looking for properties. Real active real estate investors like myself, we're always looking for properties because this is how we make money. And so you, person watching this video, you can help seasoned real estate investors just like me make a ton of money. And that's how you get money too, with paper flips. Okay, so now you get the whole process. You get how to actually flip paper in real estate. Super easy, nothing difficult. Trust me, I did this stuff straight out of bankruptcy with multiple foreclosures, terrible credit, living in my parents' basement, okay? So this is something that you can do wherever you are in your life. If you need more training or you feel like this is a great start and you got all these great content that I'm giving you here on YouTube, but you want a little bit more, don't hesitate to go to noelsfreetraining.com. I got a full training there for you and a way for you to reach out to our team so you can start partnering with us. I just want you to be successful. To your success.